online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
New for you at noon. Fergus Falls police arrested 6 people after a drug bust in the city. The police department posted on Facebook saying last Friday they executed a search warrant in the 400 block of South Peck Street. They arrested the 6 people you see on your screen. 4 were taken in for drug charges and 2 were arrested for a probation violation. Authorities also found methamphetamine and hydrocodone pills. For all of their names and their charges, just go to our website, valleynewslive.com. We're following a developing story. An inmate at the Barnes County Jail died while behind bars. The victim has been identified as Lonnie Levi Bradley, a 25-year-old from Valley City. The state's attorney says he was in jail on terrorizing charges. Authorities say the inmate died Friday evening. No other details are being released at this time, and the case is still under investigation. Let's get that live check outside. What you're seeing on your screen is rain, or at least rain that's gone through. For what we can expect for the rest of our Monday, let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yeah, we had a nice little break for a couple of hours there, but more rain is moving into Fargo, Moorhead, and other parts of the valley. You can see eastern North Dakota, we've got a lot of green over us now, and some spotty showers over on the Minnesota side of the Red River too. And just out to the west, we've got that rain mixing over to some snow. Basically, right where our viewing area cuts off is where we start to see that snow develop, and that could affect places like Jamestown and Edgeley and Ellendale here this afternoon. So this rain continues to lift northward, and there's plenty of it down in South Dakota that'll be heading your way in Minnesota too soon. So we're looking at the next round moving in already here for many of us, and checking out our temperatures, holding steady, upper 30s to some low 40s. 42 right now in Fargo, 42 also in Grand Forks, and it's just looking very gloomy out there here this afternoon. We'll see temperatures rise a couple more degrees into the low to mid 40s throughout the valley, and rain chances just continue even into the late night hours tonight. I'll have details on when we might see a break from this kind of weather coming up in just a little bit.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Lisa. A Bottineau man has been charged with felony manslaughter in a deadly shooting. 19-year-old Carlos Valentin is accused of accidentally shooting Devin Main on Wednesday while handling a handgun he didn't know was loaded. Main was pronounced dead at a hospital. Valentin appeared in court Friday but didn't enter a plea. His bond was set at $500,000 cash. He faces up to 10 years in prison if convicted. A Minnesota man is in jail after police say he broke into someone's house and started a 3-hour standoff. It happened yesterday morning just before 5 on the northwest side of Jamestown. The homeowners weren't there at the time, but their surveillance system notified them of someone breaking in. They returned home and found 2 broken door frames and were able to get a family member out of the house safely. When police arrived, they ordered the intruder to come out, but they say he barricaded himself inside. The SWAT team eventually arrested 20-year-old Chase Uri of Proctor, Minnesota for criminal trespassing, criminal mischief, and minor in consumption. A 21-year-old Grand Forks man is in critical condition after being run over by a train. Police say the victim had jumped on the train in downtown Grand Forks around 1:30 yesterday morning, then jumped off around the 1500 block of Dyke Avenue. He was found outside a home with severe injuries to his limbs. The victim's name is not being released at this time. In our consumer alert this afternoon, an Experian credit freeze flaw may have revealed your PIN number to scammers. Experian had a security defect that exposed users' PIN numbers for credit freezes if they chose none of the above as the answer to security questions. That could make it easier for fraudsters to potentially get your PIN, unfreeze the report, and open new accounts in someone else's name. NerdWallet first reported on the flaw after one of its readers alerted the personal finance website. Experian has since addressed the issue, the company said, but the credit reporting agency has not said how long the defect was in place or whether it will issue any new PINs. Apple is adding 70 new emojis in the newest iOS update. An emoji with a party hat and a streamer is among the notable new additions. A swan and a llama will also be just a tap away for iPhone users. For foodies, There's a cupcake and a bagel that will be added to the emoji menu. These new emojis will be automatically added with the iOS 12.1 update. Newly confirmed Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh will be at the White House today for a swearing-in ceremony with the president. GOP leaders applauded the victory, claiming the nearly 3-month battle that ended with a divided Senate will be a catalyst in electrifying likely Republican voters ahead of the midterm elections. Major Garrett has more from the White House.
I want to thank our incredible Republican senators for refusing to back down.
The Trump White House, desperate to keep newfound GOP energy alive, wants to make the midterms a referendum on the president and newly confirmed Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
This gave us the motivation and the opportunity to have the kind of turnout in this off-year election that would help us hold the Senate.
Protesters complained of a sham FBI investigation in the final days and accused the GOP of turning its back on the Me Too movement and a sworn allegation of sexual misconduct.
I've said to the women who are justifiably angry but determined, and I said they should be just focused like a laser beam on the elections.
Maine Republican Senator Susan Collins said she believed Dr. Christine Blasey Ford was sexually assaulted, but cast a key vote to confirm Kavanaugh because of the lack of corroborating evidence and something else.
Judge Kavanaugh's denial at the second hearing was very powerful. He was reacting as a human being, as a father.
North Dakota Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp, up for re-election, voted against Kavanaugh, even though polls in her state favored confirmation. Heitkamp told 60 Minutes why.
As you were watching Judge Kavanaugh's rebuttal of Dr. Ford's testimony, what were you seeing? What were you hearing?
You know, I have this thing that I do. I'll listen to it.
This confirmation process has become a national disgrace.
And then I'll turn off the sound and watch it. I saw a level of anger and combativeness that I thought was not something that would qualify you to sit on the Supreme Court.
Officials say Justice Kavanaugh will be on the bench starting tomorrow morning.